Hello. How are you doing? You're okay? That's a good sign. Following on from my previous video, I had some really super comments and messages. Sort of saying, can you show us your sort of workings around using styles? And one of the really great styles is Action Anthem. Now, this is born from the Top Gun 2 theme. And of course, if you start the rhythm, you can hear it. Now, if I actually turn off all the bits that I've changed, so this is the style as it is out the box. Dong, sort of the old FM tubular bell. Now, because that tubular bell is drawing the music towards Top Gear, not Top Gear. Top Gun. Let's try another movie. Top Gun, not Top Gear. I'm turning it off. So chord 1, which is the bell, is gone. So we've just got this nice sort of echoed repeating style. The drums, the bass. There's a little pad. Now I've added the strings pad as well in the background. Oh, that reminds me. Now, one of the other comments that I've had is, "Can you show me your chords?" And I'm sure at the time I said, "If you show me yours, I'll show you mine." No, that's taking it down a real different channel. Right, so let me just turn this on so I can now. Ta-da! You can see what I'm playing in terms of chords and what chord structure I'm using. Things like, there you go, E flat D minor 7, D flat minor 7. C minor 7 11th. So if you want to look at the chords now, you can. I've added them so you can follow the chords. Right. So this really is. So it adds a really nice, warm, ethereal sound, and then going into the voices. We've got this really nice Celtic flute air sound. Now I've actually gone into the mixer and increased the EQ, the brightness. If I do that, means you can't see that screen. So there you go. Right. So I've added more EQ. I've added a little bit more reverb to give this sort of. Really creates this nice sort of goosebumpy sort of ethereal sound, and of course there's so many new voices in here. The Duke Meditation. Now there's a voice I never thought I'd sort of say. And of course, as you go through this register, or through this style, the thing gets a bit more intense. And one of the little things that I like to sort of give a tip on is the multipads. The multipads can really add something quite nice, especially with styles like this where it was never intended to have a sort of strumming guitar. So I can put a guitar in the background. Not too loud, because otherwise it makes it sound absolutely cheese. If you just sort of back it down just so as it's under the style. And sometimes the style, the multi-pad part just doesn't really fit, because that particular strumming style doesn't sound good. Go to style strum 2. And again, if I want to layer voices, I've said in the previous video yesterday, you do not need to layer the life out of this thing, because you need a solo instrument to cut through to play the melody. I would not stick a load of instruments together ever. And I have to admit to looking at other people's videos, and I sit there sort of smacking my head on the keys thinking, why are you doing this? Because it just sounds thick and muddy and there. So if you're going to layer voices, find a voice that's really like a string that's just under. I mean, the number of videos where I see where every volume is the same, just back the volume down. It makes the world of difference, it really does. And there are flute voices in the woodwind section that you can skip from one to the other. Let's go back into woodwind, and the pop shakuhachi is quite nice. Of course, they've got these articulations. He's very happy. I think that's really great. It just fades off. And of course, there's things like Irish pipes and all that usual jazz in here. You've got a Celtic flute air SW. I mean, that is just such a beautiful haunting sound. If you actually wanted to, you could create your own ethereal style by simply using the action anthem, go into mixer, go into channel, and leave everything off bar the pad. Now I've already got the strings on the left hand here as well. And another little tip is, if you're doing this sort of thing, use your sync stop and sync start, because when you lift your hand off, the style will stop. So you can add real emotion to this sort of... Leave it haunting. Hands off. And again, the thing is, as the variation builds up, depending on which parts you've got turned on in channel, and again, for those of you who maybe don't know where channel is, bottom left-hand corner of your Genos, there's a button that says channel. Look. If I tap channel, it takes me to this, and I can actually have the parts on or off. I can turn them on and off. I don't want that tubular bell. Maybe don't want that string either. So in this case, I'm leaving the pad and phrase 1 on because the French horn is warm. It adds depth behind the voice. So now, if I so wish, and come out, I can now, when I get to variation D, so I can have this nice sort of paddy thing on variation A. Variation D, I know, is going to bring in some horns. Maybe I want to bring in the duck. Off, I can pause, give some emotion to the music. Back to my little Celtic flute. It's really, really, really effective, and you will find this with most of the sort of pad sort of drawn sort of styles. Nothing that's too busy because you can't really knock all the things out and have this sort of pad sound. But certainly, if I go back into movie and show, there are other things in here. Things like Desert Adventure, for example. Even I mean, this has probably become the most well loved and played style in Genos 2 now. Now, if I actually just, my left hand is now turned off, so this is purely style. Now that thumb bump, that sort of drum kick, if I go into channel, I can turn the rhythm off. So now when I play, so I can see on my channel page here, in fact, let me show you the page again. You can see I've got the bass, chord pad, and it gives you an indication as to what's there. So I don't want any flutes coming in. Maybe a phrase, maybe, I don't know. Now you see that bass is going to go mental, so take that out. In actual fact, the only part that's going to play gently is the pad. And again, if I turn my left hand on, so it's giving me a sort of fake ethereal pad sort of sound. Quite a nice effect in actual fact. So yeah, so you can go through the styles: ethereal voice, ethereal movie. Obviously, that's the famous one. I mean, you've got to give credit to Yamaha for these sort of ethereal. I just wish there were more ethereal sort of based sort of ideas. It's lovely playing with an arranger, don't get me wrong, but sometimes you think, well, I'd like to play just free and maybe sort of go around an orchestral themed style. So again, maybe something I should look at. I'm now thinking in my head, I need to make a style that's orchestral and there's just ethereal in terms of no style, no drums or throbbing sort of chord parts or anything that's going to drive a tempo. I just want something that's nice and orchestral. watch this space. So there you go. Anyway, I've been rambling on for far too long. It's a quarter of an hour. I'm shortening these things down. I am taking on board what you're saying because people are messaging and saying, "Oh, you could shorten that down to half of what you rambled on for." So there you go. But anyway, I just wanted to sort of go through some of the nice sort of flute sounds, and again using that sort of really, really great action anthem style. I mean, you know my feeling on Genos with regards to the guitars. You could, in fact, I think, yeah, the OTS. You know, one of the OTSs actually I do like. The OTS has got this really great guitar here. I just cannot tell you how much I love this sound. So there you go. What more can I tell you? I don't really know what else to say other than the fact that you can make ethereal styles out of some of the styles that are in here already. Just mute all the sort of moving parts, all the arpeggiated elements. Try and stick with some chords. Easy listening is generally one that you can go into and do things like easy ballad. Maybe not. Where's he? What's the one I tried earlier? I tried one earlier in Easy Listen. I thought, well, this works really well. But I'm actually building a series of registrations for that. I'm also going to start putting the odd one or two registration sets as a free download on my Genos Club. So if you want to have a look at that, you can go to patreon.com/Genos Club. There's nothing there at the moment, but I'm going to look at putting the odd one or two every, I don't know, once a year. I don't know. But I just want to share some of the things that this incredible instrument can do, as you well know. If there's any questions, please leave them below. As I say, please be intelligent when doing so. Don't leave a comment like some of the others have, because it'll just get removed. Right, and on that note, I'm going to disappear. 2 videos in 2 nights. Wow, that's quite an achievement, isn't it? Only for the fact that, as I say, I've been away for a few days in terms of YouTube. I've had other projects on. So thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Click the little thing down there. And yeah, I wish you all a very good day, good evening, good morning, whatever time in the world you're watching this, wherever in the world you are. I just find it incredible that there's people all around the globe watching me, sat at this incredible instrument, just tootling along and telling you how much I love it. I shall see you guys later. Look after yourselves. Bye-bye now. Bye.